Hi there. Welcome to the Lisa Torres Show. I'm your host and transformational coach to living a high vibrational frequency life in all areas of mind, body, heart, and soul. And boy, oh boy, did our studio just get brighter today with today's guest. She's a holistic health practitioner. She is the author of The Golden Secrets to Optimal Health and the creator of the Golden Secrets products. She's also a very successful model that's not only beautiful on the outside, but she's also beautiful on the inside. She's an inspiration, as you'll see on today's episode. Please welcome Jessie Golden.
Yay.
Hi, Jessie. Yay. Thank you for being here.
That's an intro.
That's an intro. Well, that's you, my darling.
Thank you. So
How
sweet.
are you?
I'm doing great.
Great. I'm so excited to have you here. We have so much to talk about, but let's start with your journey. So I want to know, let's see, you started out as a dancer.
Yes.
And you back in Chicago, right?
Yes.
And so was your mom a dancer as well? I saw that you were dancing in her studio. So
yeah, so she was a dancer and
ballet or?
Yeah, she did everything though. She was actually an amazing tap dancer too.
Oh, how fun.
As she got older,
Yeah.
that was like more what she had gotten into. But yeah, she had a dance studio for 46 years. So I was literally raised in the dance studio.
You were born with your ballet and tap shoes on.
Yeah, I didn't know any different. Like I literally was raised in the studio.
Yeah. And then how did that go into modeling? Because that came later in life, right? You started your modeling career a little bit later.
I actually did child modeling in Chicago, but I hated it.
Okay.
And I think it was, looking back, it was because my schedule was already so full.
Right.
And then like to drive into the city to go on. I just wanted to, do you remember the show Kids Incorporated?
Yes.
I just wanted to be on Kids Incorporated.
I was like,
can I just be on the show? Like, why do I have to audition? So
right.
I hated it. And it became so much of a hassle that I just focused completely on dance.
Okay.
So not until I was 18 years old. I actually went to Florida on spring break when I was 17 and I never came home.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
What happened on spring break? That sounds like a fun spring break.
You know what? It wasn't anything too crazy. It was just more of like, I just was so tired of dancing. My schedule was so full. Everything was so regimented. And it was one of the first times that I had been away from my family and my schedule.
Right.
And the sun. And I just fell in love. And I was like, I'm not coming home.
You're like,
and my mom's like, what do you mean you're not coming home? So literally just because I needed to figure out how to pay my bills, I reluctantly started modeling.
Okay.
I never liked it.
And you didn't like it to begin with.
I never liked it.
So that's an interesting point. So what drew you back to it? Because your gut instinct was probably telling you like, I don't like it, but I want to do the bills. So was there a moment where you felt that little like buzz within you that was like, I should do this, or no, you just went for it? It was money driven.
I was on
it's
my
funny
own,
how some things go that route, right? Like in coaching, sometimes things will be triggered by the ego or a necessity, but then you really, really find your true passions or things that you're successful with. So that's great. So yours was driven because you needed to pay the bills.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I was on my own at 17. So
yeah, for
me at the time, I remember I booked my first job and I was like, I had a studio that was $600 a month.
Okay.
And I was like, I could pay my rent in one day. I mean, it was like
in one day of like, you're like, I found,
yes, it was insane. So it was independence and, financial. So.
And then how long did you stay? What was the journey from going from, you were in Miami, sunny, bright, to California?
Yeah.
What was that transition like? You just followed?
In the modeling world, Miami, like it's a season.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, I might as well move to California and give it a go and maybe try the acting thing. And it's just a longer season. So I eventually migrated here and moved here. And I was still going through the motions, honestly. I tell people I really didn't embrace my modeling career until I got pregnant, which is so weird because most people think their career is over.
Stop, right?
Yeah. I actually, I worked my entire pregnancy.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And then after my son was born, I was able to kind of redesign my career because I became a yoga teacher and then last longer because I did all the athletic stuff and, all of that kind of stuff. So it went on much longer than I thought.
Right. And do you still teach yoga?
I do.
You do?
I'm a teacher.
That's great.
Privately.
Privately.
Yeah.
Okay. So, so nobody gets to go find her at a studio.
No, it's so yummy to teach privately. Though.
I know,
it's
it
like
is, right?
Therapy. Like I get to go in there and like really help people, you know?
Yeah. I love working one-on-one with people too.
Yeah.
It's, you just tune into like their bodies and what they need. It's fun to do the group sessions as well. And I teach both, but I love the private sessions because you can really tune in with someone and it's amazing to see their transformations. So that's great. So talk to me about, because you live and manage with an autoimmune disorder and it's rheumatoid arthritis. How did that diagnosis come about? What was going on in your life at the time and how was that for you?
Yeah. So, first of all, I say I'm thriving with RA.
Thriving.
Because as you know, there's no cure.
Right.
But I just choose to look at it as a positive instead of a negative. And for many reasons, and I talk a lot about all of this in my book, but when I got diagnosed, I was 29 years old. My son was 3 years old. I was actually still breastfeeding and I'm a single mother. Okay. So I always kind of had an excuse why I felt horrible. You know, it made sense.
Sure.
And because of my ballet training, looking back, I realized that I was literally trained to ignore every symptom in my body. And not only that.
Right, from the practice of, the discipline of being a dancer. Sure. That makes
and to
sense.
push through the pain.
Right.
And then even make it look graceful.
And smile while you're doing it.
So it's like, this was my internal dialogue. Like, I remember being a kid and having like 103 fever, and my mom's remedy was go to class and sweat it out. So that was anytime I didn't feel good, I would actually push myself more.
Oh, wow.
And basically my body eventually shut down to where I couldn't walk.
Oh, no.
And that was where, unfortunately, I had to go in order for me to actually start listening to my body and make the changes that need to be made. Because I believe disease is given to us, to discover these things.
I agree. I think exactly. Like it slows us down. It's sort of, I always say it's the whisper, the tap, and then the shout.
Yes.
You never want to get to the shout. You want to listen at the whisper.
They were screaming and I was like, I got this.
Yeah. I'm just going to push through. Exactly. And then you're like, then it floors you. The universe steps in and goes, okay, you're not listening. We're just going to take care of it. But you've become with that such an inspiration. And I too have an autoimmune disorder. So I know it's very challenging sometimes, but you manage it. And it is about having these vibrational states of positivity that you can create this environment for yourself that on the bad days, it's just, you got to manage, but you're doing the best you can on some days. And then on the other days you thrive and you're constantly going forward. And it's like that one step at a time, one day at a time, right?
Yeah. It's one of my greatest teachers, my son and rheumatoid arthritis, my greatest teachers, and just going with the flow and being comfortable in that state. I think a lot of people think that like someday they're going to wake up and everything's going to be perfect. And through living with rheumatoid arthritis, I realized that I might be really sore tomorrow. I might have a bad day tomorrow, and that's okay. It's going to pass. Right. And I just have to become a better student.
Right.
Learn these lessons when they're tapping and when they're
to you.
Yeah.
Listen. So, you make a good point there where people think they're going to wake up and things are going to be perfect. And it's always like looking to another day instead of living in this present moment, right? And embracing what it is. And today it is this.
Yes.
And you make the best of that, right?
Absolutely. The present moment. I mean, that's when I fell in love with yoga. That was one of the main reasons. Like, it was the first time that I felt like I had the mind-body connection, because you're not taught to breathe in ballet, which is insane to me now looking back on it.
Right. But it's more like shallow breathing, right?
Because there's no breathing. Like, nobody ever talks about, it's almost like, don't breathe. I don't know.
I've watched dancers and I'm like, they don't look like those lungs are moving. Or
it's all like breath retention. It's like, but yeah, yoga was, the first place where it was like really dropping into the present moment and being comfortable with being in uncomfortable positions.
And how was that for you? Like, cause that was a big transition from what you were used to.
I talk about this. Like, it's so interesting because I remember when I first started going, I went to a great teacher, thank goodness. And she said, when you don't want to go is when you need to go. And it really resonated with me. So I just went religiously, and I didn't want to go every day. But I went, and her voice would annoy me, and I was, and I was wandering, and I wasn't breathing right, and I was like doing all these things. And I was in Warrior 2 pose.
Oh, I love that
for like
pose. Yeah.
over a minute, and I wanted to kill her.
You're like,
And
I'm done.
I was praying to baby Jesus. Like, I was having a moment, resisting.
Yes.
And then I came into it. And then I did everything.
And you just surrendered to the pose, right?
Which is
Yeah.
a life lesson and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the moment I really fell in love with yoga.
I love that with yoga, and I do bar, but it incorporates a lot of yoga, and I love that moment of where the body is resisting,
Yes.
and it's resisting the strength, it's resisting the class, it's resisting the music. I mean, anything, right? And then you surrender, but in the practice and in learning that, it translates into day-to-day life and all of the things that you get on that 405 freeway. And there's a lot of resistance going on, but you learn to breathe, you learn to get there. I always say that's everyone's test of their patience, is that 405 freeway at
my yoga practice
traffic.
is in the car and spending time with my mom.
With your mom, right?
My mom's like, we're much better now, but that's when
good.
I'm like, I have my practice.
Yeah, you start noticing your breathing and your voice gets a little higher.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, and you have such a beautiful Instagram site, and all of your pages, everything I've seen is so beautiful, and your poses are just phenomenal. Like, I'm like, wow, look at her go. Like,
Thank
it's
you.
so amazing. It's such an inspiration to see you be able to continue to do these, poses and things, just, you know, and with the rheumatoid arthritis. So that is so inspirational. Let's talk about your book. So The Golden Secrets to Optimal Health. Beautiful cover here.
Thank you.
I love this. So tell me about this book. You've got poses in here. You've got, I'm sure, your beauty secrets, because I guarantee everybody's asking you, what do you do? Which we'll talk about the line as well.
Internal remedies, external remedies. It's all, you know, what inspired the book was I actually started a blog like 10 years ago called The Golden Secrets, about 9 years ago, actually.
Beautiful.
And I started sharing how I was thriving with rheumatoid arthritis. And then it went into other aspects, yoga, spirituality, beauty, all these things.
Right.
And in the same time, I was kind of writing this book, not really knowing it, but I was kind of saving the really juicy stuff.
Right.
Not for my blog. I was like, I think I'm going to do something else with this. So it took me about 2 years to write. I did write the entire thing myself.
You did. So you didn't hire, like,
No.
That's so fantastic.
And it's literally everything that has ever helped me in my entire life is in that book.
It's so beautiful. There's such beautiful pictures in here
you.
too.
Sarah Urbanic shot a lot of it. She shot
Oh,
the
Sarah's
cover.
beautiful. I love her work. I'm just going to show one page here. Okay, so I'll show this in a second. Tell me about the products. Where did you, now this one I absolutely love. This is the original formula, right? This is where it all began.
That's where it all began. I've actually been wearing that for like 20 years.
It smells so beautiful.
And everybody was always commenting, saying, what are you wearing? Where can I get it? You know, and this was happening for a long time. And I had already had my blog, and I had traffic coming to my blog, and I was just writing every day. I was spending about an hour or two a day just giving away advice. And my friend said, you have all this traffic. Why don't you bottle that stuff that everybody wants? And I was like, honestly, when he said that, I thought it sounded so weird.
Right.
But I was like, you know what? So I launched it on my birthday, just kind of as a test run.
Right.
And it just took off.
And so it's skincare, it's holistic skincare,
yeah, so everything,
it's vegan.
I hand make everything still.
That's so great.
To this day.
And I love it because you infuse it with intention and prayer, which is increasing the vibrational frequency of the products, which I absolutely love. It's what this show is about. So when you're using these products, it's not just like an ordinary product. You could use another skin product and it's going to be definitely different to your energetic field.
Yes.
With the vibrational
These are all
increase.
Blessed. And I know this is how I describe it. And I know you get it as a chef. Like I always say, it's like a home cooked meal.
Oh,
it's totally different. Like when I'm formulating and pouring, I mean, it is a ceremony.
It's a labor of love.
It's like a whole process that I'm going through, and literally, you know, pouring my love. It's not going to be like that forever.
Right.
But right now it is. And everything's organic and vegan and multi-purpose. Stuff that I've been using myself. So,
well, you have beautiful skin, so it shows,
so
and it smells beautiful. And you can really tell with, especially with autoimmune, you want to keep chemicals away from the body as well, in general, but especially when you have an autoimmune, because so many things can trigger. And so it's so beautiful that you're using organic ingredients, and it you can always, I can tell in the scent that when things are very synthetic or have chemicals in them, the body, for myself, automatically rejects it. It's just like, I can't even smell it. But that's what drew me to your line. It's like, it's just such a beautiful thing. So we are at the point in our show where it's change your frequency, change your life.
Yes.
And so we give practical tools to our viewers that they can use today, that they can incorporate into their lives so that they can increase their frequency. So I have a few that you've inspired me for, but do you have one in particular that you might want to share?
You know what's
And if you don't, it's okay too, because I can.
Yeah, no, it's okay. This is like such a good one. My cousin used to do this now, and now a lot of people are doing it. But literally just shaking it up, like putting some music on and shaking
I love
it up.
that.
But not just dancing. I mean, like literally like shaking. It's almost like a tantric dance.
Okay.
And just like getting it through the
like
system.
The best music you can. I do this actually.
Just like moving and
crank it up and just like however your body wants to move, right? Like
it shifts everything.
Yeah, I always tell people, close your eyes and just feel the music, and however it moves you. However, if you want to wave your arms, if you want to tribal dance, if you want to like jump and shout, whatever it is.
Basically, like no one's watching.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
no one's watching. And just do what you want to do. Like let your soul drive it, right? Yes. It's so beautiful. I love that. And it does change your energy. Instantly. Like if you do that for a minute or two, 5, whatever you've got. But even if it's just a minute, you will just you'll vibrate and you're laughing at yourself and you're just in a new zone, which laughter is joy, which is healing. And it's that beautiful frequency. So, I love that. I love that. Yeah, let's just shake it out. Okay. And one more I have for today as we conclude is, I just love this photo. Look at this. I just opened to this. Can we see that?
Am I
on the right side?
Shot that.
It's let go. And how many of us, we really just need to let go. So it's let go, and you inspire me to shine bright. So that I think people need to just shine bright, let their soul shine bright, and allow it all to breathe their frequency, right?
Yes.
Jessie, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
That's our show for today. Thank you so much. And remember to tune in next time. And until then, stay in high vibe.